we are looking at some crazy gun law stats around the world. So,
all right, if you support stricter gun laws, you might want to listen to this. Start pulling out some stats here. Let's see. Scotland, the country with the least strict gun laws, we see has 26 gun deaths, gun-related homicides last year.
As opposed to the strictest gun laws in the world, Mexico.
The strictest is 17,000 gun deaths per year. And you might say, oh yeah, well they have different populations. All right, well then we can see that you are 4 times more likely to be shot. That means there is 0.8 gun deaths per 1,000 people in Scotland.
100,000 people.
100,000 people, as opposed to 3.5 in America. And then opposed to 14 in Mexico. 14 with the country with the strictest gun laws. 14 deaths per 100,000 people, as opposed to 0.8. Are you really going to tell me gun laws work?
It's great. All it does is restrict legal gun owners from getting guns to protect themselves and their families and whoever, and stop the people who are crazy out there shooting people.
Now, the AR-15 fight, that's a whole different fight. We're not getting into that today. But just guns in general.
Yeah.
We're talking about, first of all, a lot of criminals and terrorists don't get their guns legally. So, I mean, you can have the strictest gun laws in the world.
Well, it's like crack's illegal, but if you want crack, they're going to find a way to get it.
Oh, yeah.
And here's a good point. Like, it's not like, why do we always blame the gun in the
shooting? Oh, how did he get the gun? Oh, it's the gun's fault. We need stricter gun laws. No,
okay, well, it's
a radicalized person who just
wants to inflict
damage.
Yeah. So in a drunk driving accident, you blame the driver, right?
Yeah. Not the car.
Yeah. In a rape scene, you blame the rapist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why in mass shootings do we blame the shooters?
The gun.
The gun. Yeah, we should be blaming the shooters. It's just a psychological.
If someone stabs someone, do you blame the knife? I mean, no.
No. You blame the person. So it's in like 9/11. They killed 3.
Did they blame the plane?
No. 3,000 people were killed at the hands of 4 people who used box cutters. Didn't even use guns.
Are we blaming box cutters? No. Are we blaming planes? No. Are we blaming falling towers? No. We're blaming the terrorists who did it. Not the weapons they used.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense at all. And they're saying we need stricter background checks. But if the terrorists don't go through background checks, what does it matter?
They're gonna get the guns either way.
All right, and then you argue. Well, there's some that do go through the background checks, like the guy who shot up the nightclub.
Oh yeah,
the Pulse nightclub in Orlando. He went through the background checks. Doesn't matter though, because he didn't have a past. He just became radicalized.
Exactly.
You're able to hide that. You understand. You don't have like a sticker on you that says I'm radicalized.
I'm a psycho.
Yeah, like you could have the strictest background checks in the world. He's not going to get caught.
All right. On a totally different subject, we're just thinking about the transgender bathroom law. We just want to talk about that for a second.
All right. Yeah, this law. I don't even know how it's under controversy. I'm not like racist against these people, sexist, whatever the hell you whatever kind of label you want to put on it. I'm not a transgenderophobe. I'm sure there's a proper term for that, but I don't think that you should, if you dress up as a girl and you feel quote unquote like a girl, I don't think you should be able to go in the girls' bathroom.
What makes you feel like a man or a woman is what's in between your legs. That's what makes you feel like it.
All right, you either have an X or Y or 2 X's in your genome, and I don't see what's so hard to understand about this.
Well, it's like people always got to bring up like, oh, there's more than 2 genders.
Yeah,
well, really by biology, there isn't more than 2 genders. Okay, and back to the transgender thing. Why I don't like it is trying to. Well, I like the law because it says that like you can't go into the other bathroom, but the reason they're doing that is because like. All right, say I'm a pedophile. I can just dress up as a girl.
Dress up as a girl and go in there.
Into the girls' bathroom and start like doing nasty stuff to the people in there. Like
it's not like
it's just for the safety of the people.
They want this in schools. First of all, what what trannies are
how
in
many
schools? I don't really know.
transgenders are in
There's
school?
what, like 5 in the entire country? Don't fact check me, but still, okay, they feel uncomfortable when they go to school for like 2 years, but it's for the protection of the entire country, not just 5 people. Think about the greater good here.
Well, it's for the protect. Like, okay, and like the younger girls, even think of that, like that, like some creeps going into the bathroom dressed as a girl, you know?
It's a weirdo.
It is really weird.
And then they're claiming that people are sexist because they don't want this. No.
That's just the world.
It doesn't make any sense.
People need to be offended. They're just finding a new thing to be offended.
And then they somehow think something happens when they get offended. Nothing happens.
Just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right.
That's true.
Saying you're offended does not mean anything.
But I still don't. I don't really care how you feel in public, or even really how you dress. I mean, it'll make me cringe a little, but besides that, go ahead, knock yourself out. But don't start going in the other people's bathrooms. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
If you're born a guy, go in the guy's bathroom.
If you're born a girl, go in the girl's bathroom.
Yeah, it's really not.
Simple
Is it too much to ask for? I don't know. Apparently it is.
Now they want like new prisons for transgender.
Oh,
you hear that?
God, I heard that. Why? You're a criminal, first of all. You don't deserve anything.
Yeah, you can't have that many choices.
You don't have rights.
We're not wasting tax.
We already have way too much money going into prisons. Heated a heated cushion.
I think it's 180,000. 180,000 a year per prisoner. So it's around $180,000 a year on prisoners of taxpayer money.
This might just be me, but I don't think that if you committed a crime, especially a serious crime, taxpayers should be spending $180,000 on your life.
Okay, I saw
your comfortable life.
Here's a thing I saw when I was at the state capitol. People were protesting about how people shouldn't get life sentences because they shouldn't die in jail.
Oh yeah,
they should go on probation.
Why?
Yeah,
you're a criminal, especially if you killed somebody.
So someone who commits murder, I can see why they don't want the death penalty. You're like, oh, the mistrials or whatever. That's a whole other thing. But like, if you clearly committed the crime and you're going to prison for life, you should not just be on probation at your house. It's horrible. Okay, you're a murderer.
You're a murderer. You shouldn't be on the streets. I don't really even think we should get rid of the death sentence either.
No, because
if you're a criminal and there's the difference between the death sentence and the lifetime sentence. If they know that you killed somebody or committed a really serious crime, you should get the death sentence. Why should you live?
Eye for an eye. You kill somebody, you get killed.
But like, all right, and even if it's like a real questionable one, they put you in jail for life.
Yeah, that's why it's set in place.
That's why there's two different. There's a death sentence and a life sentence, and I don't understand why we can't. Why do we have to be fair to these criminals? These criminals killed people. Not even fair, just
the criminals. Keyword there, criminals. They're criminals.
I wouldn't expect Hillary Clinton to understand this, but like, why? It's beyond me. You have an X or an X and a Y or two Ys.
Two X's.
Two X's. Yeah. Okay. Either.
The video started. We can edit that out.
We could though.
Oh my god.
All right. Either have.
Say live and let die.